And with this, we are ready to move on to our next talk before the break. So let's welcome Denisse from Valora to tell you more about how do we actually make crypto way more widespread and mobile. Please give her a big round of applause.
Thanks, Karthik. Hi. How's everybody doing? All right, let's get started. So I'm here to talk about normies, what we were all before we joined this thing called Web3. So I'm Denisse. I've been working on Valora, a native mobile wallet, for about 5.5 years. So I've been focused on normies for a long time. I'm now also working on Mobile Stack. I'm one of the founders of Mobile Stack. It's a project that we are launching within Valora that aims to drive mass adoption of Web3 in really broad terms. And hopefully after the next 20 minutes, you'll get an idea of the actual details. All right. So let's see. All right. So a little teaser is, what is the one item you use daily, you never leave your home without, and you use for everything in your life? Yes, thank you. Your mobile phone. And you're not alone. There's about 7.1 billion people on the planet that do the same as you. They do their jobs on their phone, they communicate with people, they meet new people, they manage their finances, they schedule their lives on their phone. So, with a little teaser, there is an opportunity for us in Web3 that I want to talk to you about today. So there's explosive growth, as you see in this beautiful chart, in smartphone adoption around the world. For us here in San Francisco or in other places in the world, this may seem like no news to you, but actually in places like Sub-Saharan Africa, Latin America, year-over-year growth in smartphone adoption is about 6%. So that means that there's about 200 million new people using a smartphone every year. So the rate is growing really, really rapidly. Meanwhile, in the news today, our friends at A16Z Crypto did a deep dive into what's happening in our community in Web3. So they find that there's about over 6 million people who are crypto owners, so people who hold tokens, but that only 5 to 10% of those people are actually users. What that means is that they do something other than hold, speculate with their tokens. This is after some different methodologies that they present in their paper today, but that's a really, really, really big gap. So what's happening? What are we doing in Web3 that is only really getting to 5 to 10% of crypto holders, not even people? There is great experiences that are built in Web2. So people around the world have certain expectations and mental models, benchmarks, of what they expect a great mobile experience to be like. However, when it comes to Web3, end users struggle with those experiences. Web3 experiences, I'm talking about decentralized experience, not your Coinbase centralized experience, are really hard to navigate. It's really difficult to onboard into Web3. It's really difficult to even understand what a dApp is, let alone trust it, and then transact with it. So what am I saying here? What are these users' experiences like? So I mentioned imagine you're a Coinbase crypto owner. You've never touched actual Web3 before, so you're not really transacting on chain, right? Like you're on a Coinbase ledger, let's call it. You need to first find out about these opportunities in DeFi. That may be hard depending on where you are. Then you need to understand what the opportunity is, what is the yield, what does that look like, what's my risk appetite for this type of product. Then you need to get the right token. A lot of times people need to swap into new tokens to then, let's call it, deposit into a pool on Aave or other protocols. They need to then get excited about it, maybe deposit some more, find some more. There's a lot of different things that a user needs to navigate to be able to get to their end goal. And this may be using one of three combinations of products. They're either on a desktop with a wallet extension. I think we're all familiar with that experience. Maybe they're in a crypto wallet in a browser within that crypto wallet. So then there's two products as well. Or finally, they're like in a mobile app, but they're connecting using Wallet Connect or some other kit to a web-based app. So again, using two different products or experiences. So that just creates a lot of end-user friction. Why do I talk about the user so much? I've been working at Valora on improving the user experience through a product for a long time. And these tiny details, big product differences, how we describe things in the product, how we make the interactions work for users matter. Those mental benchmarks that they have to Web 2 are really, really present for them. Let's try again. All right. So another tweet here. We've built all the infrastructure, and we've heard a lot about that today, and at these conferences as a community, we always talk about the new innovations or the new tech developments. We've built the L2s, AI scaling solutions. We have modular chains. We have bridges. We have MEV mitigation, all of the infrastructure. But who's thinking about the users, right? Like, we have built all the infrastructure. Who is using it? All right, so some people, other than maybe some of you are here in this room, but some bigger protocols and projects are thinking about this, and they are realizing that this big opportunity in smartphone adoption is also an opportunity for Web3 to reach more people with these native mobile experiences. I think it was last year, maybe the year before, Uniswap launched their own mobile app, a wallet. They recently also launched their own L2, so that's new news. The Aave team joined forces with Family Wallet to create the Avara group. 1inch has its own mobile app, and very recently Jupiter Exchange also launched their native mobile experience. Lots of big projects, right, with a lot of resources. So what is this gap? In DeFi or in Web3 generally, when I look at Dap Radar and look at the top 100 dApps in terms of active addresses and TVL, we see that 50% of the traffic to those sites, to those dApps that are just mobile websites, websites are accessed via mobile. So half of these people are having a subpar experience on mobile. Only 8 of the top dApps, the top 100 dApps, I think that's this data. Yes, 8 of the top 100 dApps have a native mobile experience. So what does that mean if we think about the 7.1 billion smartphone users or the 5% of crypto owners who are in Web3? It means that half of them, the ones that are in Web3, half of them are accessing Web3 and having not a great user experience. Lots of opportunity there to deliver more value, engage users more, get people to do more in DeFi. The other part, intermediate, is that there's an opportunity to reach all the other crypto owners that are not crypto users with better mobile experiences. And finally, when I think about driving mass adoption of Web3, is really getting to every user on the mobile phone on the planet, leveraging the opportunities that we all as a community see in DeFi by simplifying it, bringing it to where they're at, which is on their hands, in their pockets, on their mobile phone. So why hasn't Web3 gone mobile? Why are we still building desktop-based or web-based products? The reality is that it's a really big investment. Believe me, I've been investing in this at Valora for a long time. So there's a lot of foundational work that needs to happen, and a lot of it has happened on the Web3 side, but then you need to combine that as a builder with the mobile side of development, with the Web2 side. It's just very expensive. So it is expensive, it is hard. We've seen some large players do this. They have a lot of resources, but smaller builders. It's really hard if you have a protocol team, a Web3 team that is really focused on building Web3 products to also prioritize building native mobile experiences. They just have to choose, right? Like, as product people, we know it's all about prioritization and trade-offs. There's like a lot of considerations that when you're building a protocol or a desktop-based experience, you don't have to think about in terms of the product experience, the trade-offs that you do between user experience and security, for example. Obviously, we want everything to be secure, but it means like there's some UX trade-offs that you need to do. There's also a lot of thinking about, okay, I'm building this really innovative infra thing. How do I bring this to users? There's just like a whole different way of thinking about building products. You need to think about how to solve a lot of different user problems along the, let's call it DeFi or Web3 user journey. Some of them are listed here, like setting up an account, a wallet, having the user cash in or add funds, buy tokens, getting other tokens that they may need, so swapping. Accessing those protocols that we're talking about, the Web3 DeFi protocols that we are all excited to get them on, and the list carries on. I'm very bad with this clicker. All right, so there is a great opportunity in Web3 thinking about mobile. Don't we want all the people in this world to really access, use, and love the products and experiences in Web3, the opportunities that we are building and we are leveraging? As a community, we really need to improve and build confidence with broader consumer audience in these products, in these experiences and these opportunities. We need to make them more accessible. And at Valora and Mobile Stack, we really believe that that accessibility comes with building on mobile, making things, experiences easy to access and very simple to use. So I'm here to introduce you to Mobile Stack. Mobile Stack is a platform that helps Web3 builders launch native mobile experiences to deliver better UXs for their existing users, reach new consumers with mobile apps, and do it all in weeks, not months, because we're busy people. We're building great Web3 protocols. We're not all mobile developers. I'm certainly not one. So in the next couple slides, I am showing a demo of what it would look like if our friends at Curve Protocol would be interested in building an app. They already have an app. We haven't built this. This is just for illustration purposes. So what are the different pieces of creating a mobile app that Mobile Stack is bringing to all as a platform? So the current state of things is that it could take months, years to build and then launch this app on the Play Store and the App Store. You need to think about building like the core components of Web3, like creating a wallet, security, seed phrase management. You need to bring the users to the protocols that you've built that you want them to access. And then you need to think about things like branding and experience and all of the UX friction pieces that I mentioned before. So with Mobile Stack, we help builders customize all of that. It can look and feel like a protocol. You get to decide your brand. It has very simple UX and design components that have been battle tested at Valora. We've been building mobile products for over 5 years. And you can then customize products even further. The key piece is this human-first interactions. These products that are built on Mobile Stack are built thinking of the end user. They are built so that users don't have to be interfacing with multiple products, like those wallet extensions, the browser, in-app browsers, and all that stuff. It's all in one native mobile experience that kind of meets their expectations when they're comparing it to those mental models in Web 2. So here's a list of some of the things that, as a builder, you would get out of the box with Mobile Stack. On the left, we have like the iOS and Android app kit, so you can build both apps at once. The human-centered UX, all the designs for the product features in your wallet, so wallet creation, security, so seed phrase management in the backend. In the front end for the users, there's Web2-like logins with email, phone numbers, so users don't have to think and worry about their seed phrases while maintaining self-custody. We also have all of the kind of core Web3 functionalities that a wallet would need, like sending tokens, receiving tokens, and swapping tokens across chains. So it's really easy for a user to move between different DeFi opportunities that they see, different pools, etc. We have positions. So one of the big pieces of feedback from our users at Valora that we incorporated recently is that when they deposit tokens into, let's say, they provide liquidity in Uniswap or in Aave, that balance gets removed from a lot of their wallets. And so all of a sudden, it's like the value is gone. So with that positions, or positions generally, we're able to help the users maintain a whole balanced kind of view of their Web3 activities. And then the transaction feed, obviously very core. And then on the right-hand side, you can see some of the integrations and plugins that Mobile Stack helps builders, provides for builders to pick and choose from. We go from integrations so that users can buy crypto with fiat or sell it. The DeFi plugins, so there's native DeFi actions in those apps. For example, in Valora, you can provide liquidity to an Aave pool without leaving Valora, without using Wallet Connect. None of those things. Same with cross-chain swaps. You can do that all inside the Mobile Stack app that you're building. Notifications like push notifications or inbox messages, news feeds, phone number mapping. So some use cases in Web3 that consumers are very excited about are peer-to-peer payments. And so sending tokens to a phone number instead of a wallet address. Localization, if we think about all these people across the whole world, especially in emerging markets, we see that having products and user experiences that are in their languages and are built for them makes them trust them so much more and so much faster. On-chain points, there's a lot of experimentation with that, right? One of the latest innovations in Web3 consumer is points, and so there's also that, and referrals, because at Mobile Stack, we really believe that Web3 will grow through word of mouth. All right, this is one of the first adopters of the Mobile Stack platform. SheFi has launched an app built on Mobile Stack for their cohort 12. SheFi is a learning program or an MBA for Web3, focused on helping bring more women and different people into the space for either career development or for other reasons. And they built a Mobile Stack app that helps all those people in this cohort 12, so about 2,500 people, take their first steps in Web3 through a very easy-to-use native mobile experience. And so this app is live today on Google Play. You can download it. It's also available on iOS. And then finally, this is the moment of truth, I put a little video here so you can get a sense of that curve demo that I was talking about. So hopefully it plays. Thanks so much. If you're interested in talking mobile, talking end users, consumers, I'll be around, so find me here, or you can find me on Twitter at Denisse. You'll see me around also here. So thank you.